Hi, my name is Rosin Rosales, and welcome to my channel, Your Insurance Comes with Instructions. When I first thought about creating this channel a couple of years ago, it was going to be educational and I was going to give you tips and tricks. And I'm certainly still going to do that. But I feel like the tone has shifted in the last several months. And there's news, and we've got a new president and administration. So I want to address those topics head on. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. I am a hearing impaired young person with hearing aids. I've had these for almost 4 years. I still stutter and stammer. And so bear with me. These videos are not going to be perfect, and that's okay. I also have pre existing conditions. I'm going through something now. I don't know what it is exactly. And I have really bad allergies, like year round, just almost debilitating. So I am living with the fact that these are not going to be beautiful films or beautiful videos every single time, which is okay because I'm human. I need my health insurance and my coverage just like you do, right? Because we've got a lot of us have pre-existing conditions. A lot of us need our coverage. So we're definitely going to talk a lot about health insurance, but let me tell you a little bit more about how I started. I started off with life insurance, doing final expense. Final expense is whole life insurance for those that are age 50 and older. So it's really helping them to plan for their final wishes. A few years later, I added Medicare. Medicare is the health insurance for age 65 and older, or for those that have certain disabilities. And then later, I added the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, or the Marketplace. In between, I had been also selling the like dental and vision plans, hospital indemnity, and cancer plans. So we are going to talk about those things. But I wanted to first just tell you a little bit about myself and what to expect. This channel is meant to help you become dangerously knowledgeable. It is so confusing. All insurance is so confusing. And I've noticed that my clients were asking me the same questions over and over. And it made me realize that there was a need for people to understand how all insurance works. So, this is dedicated to you guys. This channel is for you. I'm also going to be sharing with you like breaking news and stories because as time goes on, there will be changes. So, first, let's talk about the American healthcare system. It is total crap. And the reason why it is just completely messed up is because two things. One, it is fragmented. Two, it is for profit. So, fragmented means that it's not one entity's responsibility to deliver your health care, it is lots. So, if there's an issue, it is not because the insurance company screwed up. It could be, but it could also be the pharmacy benefit manager. It could be the pharmacy. It could be your doctor's office. It could be the billing department. It could even be your insurance broker that didn't explain to you how things would work, or your insurance broker put you in a plan that was not going to benefit you, or you may have self-enrolled and you accidentally made a mistake. So when it comes to healthcare, if something goes awry, it could be for a number of reasons because our healthcare is delivered in fragments. It's not just one entity's issue or fault for things not going smoothly. Also, with that being said, when it's fragmented as it is, those entities can only do so much legally or how they are licensed to do. So, for example, if there's an issue on my end, on the agent broker side, I am legally only allowed to stay within my lane, basically. I can't give advice that I am not licensed to give. So, if you had a question to me about the billing department or how something was built, I am not a licensed biller. Don't know how to code. So I have to stay in my lane. I can go only give you the information that I know and I'm licensed for. That makes it confusing though, right? Because you want all the information that's available to you, but it's just not that way. We cannot give you all the information you need because it is so fragmented. So it's confusing. I want you to know that off the bat, that one of the reasons why the American healthcare system is so messed up is because it is fragmented. Delivered in little pieces, and that adds to the confusion. The second reason why the American healthcare system is a complete mess is because it is for profit. You have to remember that these are big entities that are trying to make a dollar off of you. And there are lobbyists. The lobbyists and the politicians are not on our side. And I'm not picking a side, and I'm not saying this person or that person. They are all to blame, in my opinion. It is really difficult when you are trying to get your healthcare delivered to you, but you've got these lobbyists going, to our government and basically convincing them with money. Think of that as how you will, with money, to make sure things go their way, that the laws are passed in their benefit. So that is why the American healthcare system is so messed up. I want to also take a moment to let you, if you are from another country or you have a better idea on how this could be run, put that in the comments right now. I want you to talk about how it's better in your country and how you do it. I want you to let it out. Honestly, if you needed to take a minute to scream for a couple of seconds, do it. Do it now, because this is the time to do it. It is very frustrating. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds to let it out. Okay, great. Let it out in the comments too. I want to see how you feel about this. All right, so there's that. In the coming months, in the coming years, we will see changes to the healthcare system. I don't, from according to what I'm seeing through official emails and documents, I don't see a huge change on the Medicare side. There could be a huge change on the Medicaid side. Medicaid is a state run program. However, that state run program does get federal funding. So we will see what happens there. And on the Affordable Care Act side, also known as Obamacare, the marketplace, I also see things coming that are going to be really difficult to navigate. So just know that I'm here to help you with that. I know it all is very confusing, and I don't want you to continue to feel confused. I also don't want you to feel angry all the time. I've noticed that on social media, in social media land, there are posts that are half truths, full truths, and no truths. But a lot of the reason why they're out there is to make you angry or make you feel like you don't have a voice or a choice. I don't think that's a good place to be. It's fine to read them. It's fine to engage. It's maybe even fine to share. I can't stop people from sharing that. But it is not okay to just stay angry. It's not, because you're not creating a solution. And I want this channel to be solution based, right? I want to make sure that you are so educated that you become dangerously knowledgeable. If there is a hurdle, I want you to know how to overcome the hurdle. So that is what I'm here for. We are going to talk about life insurance because that's how I started. And I do still very much love and enjoy life insurance. We're going to talk a little bit about Medicare. However, not too much, because I don't want to regurgitate what other creators and other YouTubers already have said. So it's going to be some Medicare, and it's going to be a good chunk of the Affordable Care Act. I also don't expect everyone to be a client. That is not the reason why I'm creating this channel. I want you to have the information so that you know how to make educated decisions. Ultimately, I think you should find an agent broker, or more than one, to help you navigate your choices, because it is just so much information out there. There is no way I could tell you how things work in all 50 states. That is actually another part, and I should have mentioned it earlier, but Also, because our insurance is fragmented, things happen on the state level that I wouldn't be able to explain to you. If you lived in a state where I'm not lived or I don't live, or a state that I'm not licensed in. So you really ought to find a professional insurance broker that can help you navigate your choices. The way you do that is by Googling them, looking on Facebook. If they have a social media presence or an online presence, even if it's just like a Google business profile and a website, hey, that means they're there, they're visible. They usually are trying to get more clients. I would recommend finding an agent that way, or maybe someone that is referred to you. That is how I built the majority of my book of business, is through word of mouth and referrals. I think I will have some of you as my insurance clients. And to be quite honest, because I do have pre-existing conditions, I have been advised to take it easy. So I cannot give you advice on everything. If you have a specific question about your situation, you should find a local broker. However, I do see myself adding to more life insurance clients. Life insurance is pretty easy to explain, and it doesn't take the time that Medicare and the Affordable Care Act do. And at the same time, for me, just sharing between you and me, the Affordable Care Act and Medicare open enrollments happen at the same time. And every year I get very sick or in a car accident. And it's almost been 5 years that it's been that way. I think it's 4 years where I get really sick or in a car accident during open enrollment, because Medicare and the Affordable Care Act open enrollments overlap. I don't want to do that to my body. I've been advised not to kill myself that way anymore, because if I keep doing it, I'm going to end up in the hospital. I was already in the ER. I don't need another visit. I need to take care of myself. So I am not creating this so that you can contact me with all of your questions. I cannot physically do that. I am an agency of one person and a little dog. And in the fall and my busy season, I have part-time help, and it will remain that way. So again, I want you to become dangerously knowledgeable. I know insurance is confusing, and that's why I'm here to help you. So welcome. Again, my name is Rosin Rosales. My channel is called Your Insurance Comes with Instructions, and I will see you at the next video.